So what I love about this passage is how real it is. This relationship between God and God's people and the relationship with Moses and Aaron, this is not a kumbaya community where everybody just loves each other to pieces and everyone's grateful all the time. There are complaints and perceived injustices and even whining. The people of God are not portrayed kindly, and they don't look on God too kindly either, or their leaders. But it's also real about how hard life can be. Not just for refugees escaping violence, but for much of humanity, much of the time. There are Egypts and deserts everywhere. Some of them are very personal, and some of them are wider in this world. And sometimes it's hard to trust that God will provide for our needs. It's just hard. Sometimes we can't see that God is already providing. And it's only in retrospect that we can look back and see the hand of God leading us and guiding us through all the highs and lows of our own lives. And then when we see it, what we feel is gratitude. What we feel is grateful. The stories you're about to hear are from our fellow travelers along the journey. They're giving witness to God's presence in their own lives through this church and through their life of faith. And they give witness to the power of a community of faith. And I think that hearing their stories will help us reflect on our own lives too. Both the wilderness moments and the unexpected blessings. What I know is that hearing their stories filled me with gratitude as well. So thank you.
Like those before me, Connie and I are both grateful to be part of this congregation and this church family. We've been members of this church since we transferred our membership in 1977. Frankly, it would have been easy for us to attend the Newark Second Presbyterian Church, church where I grew up and where my mother was very active at the time and is really a saint of that church. But we wanted to attend church in the community where we lived and where our daughter Amy went to school. Over the years, we have been very thankful that we have made Granville Presbyterian our church family, our church home. Amy attended Sunday school, sang in children's and youth choirs with Sue Murdoch, and participated in many youth programs and went through the confirmation class. Connie was and is very active at the church, member in the Memorials Committee, PW, Chloe Wells, and currently with the Craft Group. Through the years, I have served on session a number of committees, including the building renovation and expansion, and several search committees. I am currently very active in men's Bible study and our Salvation Army outreach. It's very important to us. While there was work involved in all these committees, we had a sense of call. We had a sense of call to serve, and in so doing, we witnessed God working in us and through this congregation. We are very grateful for these opportunities. Now, one particular experience I would like to share with you is when Connie and I both served as Stephen ministers. This was a blessed and privileged experience. Even going through the 50 hours of training together was a good experience. But meeting with a care receiver where you listen, you read a favorite scripture passage and pray, is a moving and spiritual experience that I won't forget. And last Sunday, this church commissioned a new class of Stephen ministers at the 11 o'clock service. I thank all of them for accepting this call and serving in this important role. Our church is truly blessed to offer this ongoing caring ministry that's been in existence now, I think, going on 25 years. Now, like many of you, we've had some storms in our lives, some painful circumstances that caused despair. But God was with us in these situations, and so was this church family, with spiritual support, comfort, and peace. Now, it's a worship service like this that is central to our Christian lives, where spiritual growth takes place. We feel truly blessed to be part of this congregation, worshiping together with you. I'm very thankful that you're all part of our faith journey. Thanks to our church community. Thanks to our spiritual leaders, Karen, and Tripp, and Janice. We are truly blessed in this church to have those three as our spiritual leaders, believe me. Thanks to our music programs, Philip and Joy and Carol, and to Ellen for our education program. And I must admit, too, that we shared this at our 8:30 service, and there wasn't a children's moment, and so I didn't mention it. But this morning, we have them every Sunday. And truly, you can see God at work in these young people, in the things they say. Some are funny, but some are very, very meaningful. So I'm very thankful for that being part of our church family and our church worship service. So again, I want to thank all of you for being part of our faith journey. We have been blessed to be part of this church family, and are very thankful that it's been our church home over these many years, where we continue now with our journey of faith. Thanks be to God.